Right everyone, morning YouTube, good afternoon YouTube, good evening YouTube. This is Pete, little parakeet. It's an Indian ringneck. Some would call him a rosed ring parrot. It's a parakeet or a parrot. We've actually got them now in the trees around us. I think some have habitated in Glenfield, Leicestershire. And they're fascinating little birds, and they're so intelligent. And you know, if you live a long life, I bet if you live about 25 years in the wild, but if you have one as a pet, 35, 45 years easy. And they're just so neurotic, harmonious. They love just being on your shoulder all the time. And I thought about getting Pete a mate, and I should have done it maybe 12 years ago when I first got him. I put in a little video yesterday when I was showing you Ophelia the jackdaw, and I don't know if I could cope with two of them. He looks so quiet and calm now, but most of the time he's out his cage. He never sits in his cage. And I've kind of blocked him in with the camera, so while he's being calm, hopefully I can have a little discussion on birds. And I went for a walk, and I've just been watching the woodpecker in the trees, and I knew it was a Great Spotted Woodpecker, quite common around here. And I remember once I seen a green woodpecker. So, and there's only literally 3 different species of woodpecker that live in the UK, believe it or not, and there's over 250 around the world, some rare. And but like I say, the Great Spotted Woodpecker, that's the one that we see mostly in the gardens or sitting in the parks. They're about 20 centimetres, 25 centimetres long, about the size of a starling, black and white with bright red underneath. Male has the red patch on the back of the head, female don't have the red patch, and the juveniles have the red crown, so sometimes it's easy to mistake one. The green woodpecker's over 30 centimetres, about 35 centimetres, which will make it the largest British woodpecker out of 3. And the lesser spotted is only 14 centimetres, which is roughly the size of a sparrow. British sparrow. And I drove to France last year, and I remember when I was driving through the woods, because I drove through the National Park of France, the forest, and drove down all the way down that river as well, that's like the natural border from Germany, and you regularly see the black with the red crest woodpecker. I think they're just called black woodpeckers, and they're like almost, I think they're the size of the pileated woodpecker, which the pileated is woody woodpecker. If we grew in the UK, we'd only know a pileated through the cartoon woody woodpecker. But they're found across North America, Canada, and actually they grow to 50 centimetres long, roughly about the size of a crow. They're a bit longer than a crow. And it is North America's largest woodpecker. And it has a huge flaming red crest. Both sexes have the crest, but the male has a distinguished moustache stripe. But yeah, they're very interesting, make really big holes in the trees, and banging their head all day makes them a bit the crazies of the bird world, basically. They're saying, if I googled it, it says that the largest woodpecker in the world is the Great Slaty Woodpecker, and they're like one of the largest living woodpeckers, and they're from Southeast Asia, approximately 60 centimetres, probably a little bit less, and they're really big grey woodland peckers, woodland woodpeckers. I can't say any of them. A woodcutter's son. The black woodpecker comes in at about 55 centimetres, so it's only about 3 centimetres smaller. And then the pileated woodpecker is about 50 centimetres, and that's the American woodpecker, woody woodpecker. And then the 3 smallest woodpeckers, the smallest is on record is the bar-breasted piculet, and they're in South America, about 7 centimetres. And then the speckled piculet, and they're in Asia, so just across the Pacific. And the African as well, yeah. And the most rarest of all woodpeckers is the Okinawa woodpecker, and it only exists naturally only in Okinawa, Japan. Extremely rare. It's threatened historically by habitat loss and other pressures, still endangered today. An entire species depends upon a tiny part of the planet. So any of my Japanese subscribers, and I know I've got a few, the Okinawa woodpecker, it needs help, and if I can give any awareness to that little thing, fingers crossed, hopefully it's got a better chance of living. The second rarest is the Ivory-billed woodpecker, and it's one of the legendary giant woodpeckers of North America. It's about 55 centimetres. It historically lived in huge swamp forests. Population collapsed primarily following extensive destruction of old growth forests and hunting. Who'd want to hunt an ivory-billed woodpecker? It's a sad affair. Again though, it's conditioning, and we're conditioned to, but you know, let's be positive, and hopefully there's enough good people in the world that are out there helping these birds. And then the third one, rarest and in danger, it's native to Mexico, and it's the Imperial Woodpecker. And that's approximately 60 centimetres, so it's a really big one. Probably the largest woodpecker known from modern times. Depends on mature pine forests. Habitat destruction and persecution devastated it. Generally considered probably extinct. Oh, it's so sad. It's a sobering example of what happens to a highly specialised bird lost in habitat. So like I said earlier, I think I might have mentioned, there's about 250 species of woodpecker all around the world. They occur naturally across most of the world, but absent places including Australia, New Zealand, Madagascar and Antarctica, which is quite interesting. So I thought we'd definitely have woodpeckers there. Most woodpeckers are not long distant migrants. They don't cross seas. But they don't need to, because they eat the bark, so even in the winter they'll get the grubs from under the bark of the tree that are hibernating. So there's not a lack of food for woodpeckers, so it don't have to cross like a swallow. I enjoy talking about birds, and if I'm sitting on my own, I'd only be looking and reading up about birds. So I hope you like my little video. And Pete, we're being really good. I can't believe you didn't squawk once. Being chilled today, ain't you, mate? I literally just stuck it on there. I've got like a little magnet mount I got off Amazon for my DJI Osmo Action 6. I've not been using it much because I've been at work, but like I mentioned in my yesterday's video, I'm on holiday. So my holiday is just researching, and now I'm just going to go and feed the birds, top the water bowl up, and go and check pigeons all right, clean him out, and then I've got a job to go and look at. And then I'm going to go to the Argos warehouse in Corby, which is about 20 minutes from me, because my laptop's gone really slow. So I'm going to look for a laptop. I want to get about a 16 gigabyte. I want some good graphics card on it as well. It's going to cost me a few quid, but it's my birthday next week, so I'm going to treat myself to a birthday present. I hope everyone has a lovely day. Take care, everyone. I'll speak to you soon. All the best.